WrestleBeards, we got all your wrestling gear. WrestleBeards, woo! Hairy man with dirty beards. WrestleBeards, worldwide.
Welcome to WrestleBeards Worldwide, the SummerSlam edition. I'm your host, Shrek, along with my co-hosts.
Luke right here. How you doing, Shrek?
I'm not too bad, bro. This is an interesting one. We're doing it pretty late in the piece because we've got busy lives. I know that I'm up early on a Saturday morning, and this is like 9:30 a.m. What time is it there, man?
Just gone four in the morning. So
that's commitment. That's commitment. But, you know, WrestleBeards are always committed to the cause, and SummerSlam is, you know, the biggest, well, it's winter here, but it's the biggest party of the summer.
Winter Slam.
We've got to get it. We only do the top pay-per-views at WrestleBeards, and this is the second biggest, essentially, so we can't miss out.
Yep. Yeah, WrestleMania of the summer.
Oh, yeah. And I believe that you are still the reigning champion.
Still big win at Money in the Bank for me.
Unbelievable.
I mean, Damien Priest pick.
That was a great call in the end. Yeah, my Escobar call was pretty poos, to be honest, but it is what it is. Okay, man. So how about I leave it over to you?
Yeah, sure. So just going through the list, we've got 8 matches confirmed for the night. Obviously, there may be more confirmed this morning at SmackDown, but we won't worry about those. So first on the list, we've got Cody versus Brock in a rubber. One match, one win each. Singles match. Who are you going for and why?
Yeah, this is a hard one. It could go either way. I'm gonna go for Cody Rhodes though via pinfall. I think he's been put through the trials and tribulations. I think Mr. SummerSlam, as I like to know him as, Brock Lesnar. I think he's the final boss on his way to maybe Cody having a potential title shot against the winner of tonight's title main event. Yeah.
Okay, and how are you going for it? How's he going to win? Pinfall. Sorry, I missed you there.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Yeah, I'm also going the same. Probably no surprise. I'm going Cody for the win. He needs it a lot more, and I agree with you. I think then he'll be in a title picture for the World Championship belt, not the unified or the undisputed. But yeah, so Cody Rhodes, pinfall for me as well. Next up, we have got that World Championship match. We've got Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who are you going for and why?
Well, as we know, 3 people could come out of this match the winner. So we've got the champ, we've got the challenger, and we've got Mr. or Senior Money in the Bank. So there's plenty of options. I tend to, you know, not take many big risks when I'm the champion of the belt, but I tend to make risks when I'm not. And I'm going to go for a risk here. I'm going to say Finn Balor wins the title.
Wow,
I'm going to say wins the title. I'm going to say, you know, it's time that we had Finn Balor with the title, and I think it will make for awesome going forward with if he's going to be feuding with Cody Rhodes or if he's going to be feuding within the Judgment Day with Senior Money in the Bank. So yeah, I'm going to go Balor pinfall.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so excuse me. So I'm at odds here because I agree with you that it's going to be 3. I think it's too risky to say Damien Priest to win the match, but I don't think it's too far-fetched. I'm going to go for Seth freaking Rollins to win the match. I don't think he's going to be beaten by pinfall to Balor. I just think they're at different stages. I think Balor will at one point have the title, but I think it's going to be snatched from him. Just as Rollins wins, I think then Damien Priest will come in and get it. So I'm going Seth Rollins for the win, and I'm going Seth Rollins pinfall.
Cool. Nice.
Okay, next up we've got the Women's WWE Championship belt. We've got Asuka defending against Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair in a triple threat match. Who are you going for?
Again, I think this is a tricky one. I like current Asuka. I like, it's a bit different. She's really mixed up her character. Charlotte, I don't want to see win the belt. I mean, we've seen it 100 times over. And then we've got Bianca, who held it for so long. Does she really need it back so soon? So I'm going to go for Asuka via pinfall.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I'm also going Asuka, although it's very difficult to bet against Charlotte Flair. For all we know, Charlotte Flair could be getting their 16th title tomorrow morning for us. But yeah, I think Asuka, and I think that has to set up then the program between her and Io Sky, which is the only reason why I was excited about Io Sky winning it for Io Sky versus Asuka. So I'm going to Asuka.
That should be the match now. Like, it should be like Io Sky versus Asuka. That would have been way better. But anyway, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it should certainly be. Obviously Io Sky's got the stuff with Bailey and damage control to finish off, and I think there might be something that happens tomorrow night. A year after they formed as SummerSlam, that they break as SummerSlam, and then that gives Io Sky her, free to go off and do what she wants on a singles run. But yeah, Asuka via pinfall I'm going for. Now the next one on the list is the main event, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to skip it. Actually. I'm going to go down to Ricochet versus Logan Paul in a singles one-on-one match.
Not often are there matches, mid-card, I'd call this a mid-card, matches that aren't competed for not a title. You know what I mean? Like, often we see title matches. If it's a mid-card, it's for the US or Intercontinental or tag belts, right? But this is quite different, and it seldom happens, and I like it. And I do like Logan Paul's stuff he's done with WWE. I don't necessarily like the man, but I like what he's done. I'm bored of Ricochet. I think he's an amazing athlete, but he's so boring. I wish they'd put more spots into someone else than him. Someone like Elias, who's at least got character, whereas Ricochet is just boring. But anyway, so it's a hard one. I think that although Ricochet probably should win because of, reasons, I think Logan Paul has had so many losses that he needs it. So I'm going to go for Logan Paul to win via pinfall.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you with the Ricochet shout. Like, he's obviously very talented in the ring, but he doesn't really carry a good promo, and you don't
charisma at all.
No, you don't want to, there's no point. You don't really want to root for him to the point. I agree with you that it's going to be Logan Paul. It's like, he's just not going to lose to someone like Ricochet. I think it will be trying to match one another in what they do, and I think Logan Paul keeps up with every step of the way.
I mean, some massive high spots for sure.
Oh, there will be. Yeah, absolutely, there will be. But yeah, a Logan Paul victory after one lucky punch, pinfall, and Logan Paul for the win. Next up, we've got Gunther with Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vici versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Who are you going for and why, Shrek?
Oh, this is a really hard one, I feel. Like, Drew needs this win because, I mean, he's been dropped down the card so far. Then he went away for so long. Then he's had a triumphant return after match of the year, essentially, at WrestleMania, if you want to call it the last year. I think it resets at WrestleMania. And then you've got Gunther, who's amazing. And does he need to lose the belt? Or the other argument is, does he need to have the belt? Could he be in a title picture with Roman going forward or something like that? So I'm going to go and say, I don't know here. I'm going to go that Drew McIntyre wins after a clean.
Wow.
I'm going to put it out there. Like, if I want to win this off you, I've got to go for some brash moves. I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins, but Gunther goes on to bigger and better things. Yeah.
Blimey. Okay, that is
curious. Just curious. Should Drew win via like a DQ but not win the belt? Would I get 1 point for that?
No.
Why not?
Have we ever done that before?
Well, it's just who is the winner. The winner is the winner, but the how is the second point, right?
Well, then you'd have to say, then you'd have to say by disqualification, wouldn't you? For the
Yeah. So for the second point, I wouldn't get it. But if you say, for example, I said Drew and he does win by DQ, then
then that
essentially
would be 2 points.
No, but I don't say the DQ, for example. I just say Drew
Right.
I say Drew via pinfall, but he wins Drew via DQ, no belt change. Would I get 1 point? I think so.
Yeah, no, I can't see why not. I don't think we've had an occasion where that has happened, but yeah, that would probably be the case.
It's just the winner, if it's named the winner, eh? And then the how is the how. Yeah.
Can you see them really doing a screwy finish? WWE doing a screwy finish? I can't imagine that.
I don't know. It's just like two guys who shouldn't lose. How do you come out of that?
Yeah, I think this is just the one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. Yeah, it's going to be back and forth, and there's going to be close calls, but it's going to be a Gunther retain. I think Gunther's going to retain it. I can't like they're hyping up these now what, third in a list.
Yep.
And he's got what, less than 50 days to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that they'll put him in some kind of a peril, or they'll make him look as though it's close. But in the end, it's not. And the next big thing for him is going to be the Royal Rumble. But I'm going for Gunther pinfall victory against a valiant Drew McIntyre.
Fair enough, brother.
Next up, we're going Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. The turn that everyone saw coming at Money in the Bank.
It was so.
Who are you going for? It's an MMA rules match as well.
Can I just point out there was a random turn, although it was coming. The way it happened was so random. It was mid-match. There was nothing that led up to it in the match. In fact, Shayna was trying to win the match prior to this happening. It was just very weird.
It was
I'm going to say Shayna wins this one via submission. I think Ronda's going away. I think and I think Shayna needs it, and Ronda doesn't need it. And I think they're friends enough that Ronda would see that. I think Ronda actually sees the business for what it is, and she will do business to give her friend a victory and a bit of momentum going forward. So Shayna, submission victory.
I couldn't agree more with you. I think it's going to be a Baszler submission victory. I think that, Ronda, apparently, if reports are to be believed, is going away. Now that Amanda Nunes is no longer on the scene, Ronda's going to try and sneak back in and get that UFC belt. I obviously they have history. They're good friends. I think Baszler's probably the only person that she would go over for in this way. And it will advance Baszler's career. Hopefully we'll get that Baszler a few years ago where she was like this unstoppable killing machine. Baszler victory. I wouldn't actually be surprised if it is a complete one-sided squash as well. Really to give Baszler that push.
That'd be cool.
Baszler by submission as well in the MMA rules match. So we've got two left, and these are the most open, I would say. So we'll go for the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal.
Slim Jims, oh yeah. What the heck is this about?
I'll just go through who we've got. So we've got confirmed participants as of this morning. Only 8 out of the 20 that are booked for it. So we've got LA Knight, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Otis, and Chad Gable. So who are you going for? I think the victory is by throwing over the road. So don't worry about that. But who are you going for out of the 8 that I've said, or one's not to be announced?
Yeah, LA Knight has to win this. Come on. What are they doing with this guy? He's the most over guy in the whole company at the moment, and he's the biggest merch seller. And I think they've only made this for him. This match is only made for him so he can have a victory, because they were meant to put him in some other picture and they didn't. So there you go. He should have won last month, Money in the Bank.
It seems like a bit of a nothing match for somebody with such momentum to win.
I reckon he'll win.
I don't think he's going to win. I think he's gonna come down to the final 2, and and then he's not going to win it by some, I don't know, maybe something to do with Grayson Waller, or something to do with the Austin Theory, WWE, the US title holder. But I'm actually going for Chad Gable to win it. After what he did on on Monday Night Raw, I think Chad Gable's going to get a push, and I think it's probably going to be announced that the stipulation is the winner gets to face the mid-card title holder on their show. After the Chad Gable and Gunther stuff, I think Chad Gable's probably going to go on to do that and be the next in line for Gunther by winning the Slim Jim's Battle Royal. So I'm going for Chad Gable to win. And LA Knight, if he loses, people are just going to get behind him even more.
I think you're reading to the Slim Jim's Battle Royale too much.
The importance of it.
I don't even think the WWE have thought about it as much as you have.
So yeah, I'm going Chad Gable on that one. Finally, the main event. We've got Roman Reigns, the champion. It says with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be without, considering the tribal combat is 1v1, versus his cousin, main event, Jey Uso, for the Universal WWE Championship and recognition of being the tribal chief once and for all. Who are you going for?
Well, I reckon that prior to the match, Roman Reigns is going to be walking backstage and Rikishi is going to run him down in a car. No, I'm just here's what's going to happen. What you want to happen is not what's going to happen. Roman Reigns will reign supreme at the end of this match. Okay, he will retain the titles, but there will be a setup going forward for the WrestleMania match, and I believe The Rock will return. I believe the thing that we've thought will happen last WrestleMania will happen next WrestleMania. The Rock will return, and he will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the real tribal chief head of the table. And you can believe that. Here's my reason. The Rock is currently not doing too much. I saw he's not really filming anything at the moment. And also there's a big Hollywood, dispute with things, I can't remember what they're called now, the writers' dispute or something.
With the writers, yeah.
And so a lot of things are on hold. So what better time than now? And I also think John Cena could make an appearance at SummerSlam for the same reason. However, I think that's what's going to happen. Roman Reigns via pinfall.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm also going for a Roman Reigns victory. I'm going for a Roman Reigns submission, though. I think he's going to lock Jey in. From Jey going for the splash, he's going to grab him. He's going to submit him. I'm going for a Reigns retain. It's interesting. I like your point about The Rock and setting up for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually considered this, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, John Cena will be there to answer the Detroit crowd if they want WrestleMania there in a few years' time, because that's seemingly what he does.
Yeah.
Just to find out where the next WrestleMania should be.
Look, if Jey wins, it's a big ending to the event, right? But if Roman wins, it's kind of like, So there has to be something else, and that will be the something else.
Yeah, I think it's gone long enough now where there haven't been those rumors. Like the point about The Rock leading up to WrestleMania, it was so, it was so alive. Like, is he gonna be at the Rumble? Is he gonna be number 30? No. And then, no, he's not wrestling. He announces that, he's not in ring shape. But then it's gone quiet. And I've kind of fallen for that as well a little bit. So
it'll happen.
That's interesting. Okay, yeah. So I'm going Reigns win, but then the after point, and they do keep on saying that there can be no interference until after the match for the tribal combat.
Yeah.
I think you might be onto something there, Nostradamus.
Oh, The Rock's coming back for sure. It's just I can see it. I can see it happening. And it's SummerSlam. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, SummerSlam needs its rep to be built again because it used to be seen as like the second biggest, but now it's maybe the fourth biggest behind Money in the Bank,
Yeah,
Mania, and Rumble. So
right,
this would get some headlines for it certainly.
for sure.
Yeah. So just to repeat myself, I'm also going Roman Reigns, but by a sub.
Submission.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, well, good luck. I think I might have dug my own hole with that Drew McIntyre call, but hey, you've got to do something. If I wanted to win, it's probably going to be
Yeah.
with that one.
Well, stranger
Otherwise,
things have
I'm going to
happened.
have to rely on Finn Balor winning the title. But we'll see. Hey, well,
Okay,
good
man.
luck. And I guess the next time we do one of these, we'll be in person.
We'll be in person. I can't
So
wait.
I'm coming to
Yeah, I'm looking
Jakarta,
forward to it.
September, and we'll do something. So we'll figure it out.
Good
And
man.
it could be, we don't know what we're going to do, but it'll be fun.
It will be. It will be. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to having it.
Awesome, man. Well, this is Shrek and Luke for WrestleBeards Worldwide. Enjoy SummerSlam and